this video, I would like to take you through a step-by-step guide on how you can check any penalties, interest, and fines which you may be experiencing with KRA. I have noticed that most people do not realize they have those penalties, maybe for the years which they defaulted to do proper reporting of their taxes, and they end up getting into problem when maybe they are dealing in purchase of properties and they get that they have supernatural debts with KRA, and they can start complaining and heading into tribunal. So with no much ado, I would like to give you a brief overview of the penalties, fines, interest, and also the concept of the principal tax. Also, then what you need in order to apply for KRA waivers, which are the waivers which are used to offset penalties, interest, and fines with KRA. So with no much ado, let us get started. So to get started, I need to input my KRA PIN here. Then I will click continue. When I click continue, so let me ensure my internet is available. So I'll click continue. So after clicking continue, I'll be directed into this interface. So I just need to do a simple mathematical computation here. Just give me 166. Then I'll hit continue, login. So after logging in, to check your debt, there are two methods. One of them you can use the ledger method, where you can get into a general ledgers. The second method, let me get back. Okay. The second method which you can use is the method other payment. This is the method I would recommend since it is direct and straightforward, but in case you need the ledger method to generate the reports, we can also use the method. I can create a video about it. So you need to come to the payment and registration. So when you come at the payment and registration, you need to click next. So you ask if you want to continue, just click yes. After that, what you are required to do, you need to come here. When you come here now, you need to enter some details, and the details which you need to enter is the tax head. So the tax head is income tax. The tax subhead is the income tax resident. So in this scenario, we are looking for the individual with discrepancies in their income tax. So I need to choose the payment type is the self-assessment. I need to choose the mode of payment. So even before I choose the mode of payment, the information is already populated here. So as you can see, this individual had some penalties in the month of January 2023 in January 2022 deck, where the interest was of 10. Where the principal tax which she was supposed to pay was that 1,806. She was given it was not given a penalty but an interest of 10,814. So and that's why the amount payable which is being demanded to pay by KRA is 42,621. So coming year 2019, she defaulted to pay the principal tax and she was given a penalty of 2,000 with an interest of 5.60, the total giving us 2014 bob. So what we do when we are applying for waivers, you cannot be waived from the principal tax, the tax which you are supposed to pay and you didn't pay. Maybe if you do some consultation with the KRA people and you defend yourself that maybe you are shifting from your employment on, you are jobless and that time and you didn't, and the KRA was not informed, that is a special scenario. But what you are usually required by KRA is to first pay this principal tax, which is the amount attributed to amount of 31,806.04. You can add it. You need to input it is 31,806. Let me remove this one. 0.04. Okay, it require only numeric, so we need to round off. So it is 31,806. So I need to remove this 0. So I can add this detail and pay for this principal tax if I don't have any problem with it, and then submit. So after submitting this is where now you can come and issue waivers to write off some fines, penalties, and interest which are subject to non-compliance with the payment of the principal tax to the KRA. But you cannot waive your principal tax. You are required by KRA to report the reason where there is discrepancy in the principal tax and notice where the problem is originating from or why you defaulted. So this is how you can check your tax liability which you have with the revenue authority, and the concept of the principal tax, which is the actual tax which you are supposed to pay to the KRA, which you cannot waive, but you need to request special consideration from KRA in case you have a valid reason why you defaulted to pay the tax. These usually occur when you are transitioning from one employment to another, and there is the read time before getting the other job, and there are some discrepancies